god, you guys are not going to believe me. I just found a brand new iPhone on the floor at Walmart. There's not even anything inside. What the hell? Oh wait, I guess there is something. Damn, I really thought I just got a new iPhone. G-A-P. Why are they just trying to leave me some corny ass messages? But can you cue the intro though?
If you got it, it ain't a question. Oh, it ain't no room for guessing. No more than emotionally invested. Showing you all my imperfections. Oh.
For my first chicken recipe, I'm gonna be teaching you how to make straight up chicken. You can't make chicken without chicken, right? So I'm gonna go in with the chicken drumsticks. I'm gonna teach you guys how to season it and how to cook it properly. Today I'm gonna be using the air fryer. The thing I like to do is let your chicken defrost for a couple of hours. You leave it on the counter. After your chicken is defrosted and thawed out, I'm gonna get a bowl and put my chicken in the bowl. I usually, when I'm defrosting it, put hot water in the bowl. That's why I was just emptying out, to make the thawing process much faster and much quicker. It takes maybe a couple of hours, 2 to 3. So I have a bowl of my defrosted chicken. As you could see, this part is not mandatory, but it is optional. I first like to boil it in a large pan to just soften it up a little bit and overall make it like tender and moist. So I grabbed my chicken, and no, you don't have to clean your chicken before you cook it. That is just a Caribbean black people myth that people made up. It actually spreads bacteria. So as the chicken is boiling, I'm going to go in with the seasonings that I use. Starting with, I'm going to put it in a separate bowl, and I'm going to season the bowl basically and put the chicken in later. So I'm going to go in with some adobe, and no, I don't like to measure, I like to eyeball it, and I feel like you should be able to tell how much is enough. Do you need more? You have to be able to taste it. Cooking is a skill that perfects over time. No one gets good at it overnight. You put seasoning. Is this too much? Is this too little? When you taste it, you will know. But the more you know, you could just get a good look at looking at it. So I'm gonna go in with be careful with the seasoning, by the way. It's very salty, so don't put too much. I sprinkle it in for about 6 to 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't go all the way to 7 because I initially started pouring some in the bowl. So I have about this amount. And we're going to repeat the process. I go in with the black pepper for also about 7 to 9 seconds for this one, because black pepper is not an intense taste as the Gouda, adobe, all-purpose seasoning. So now I'm going to go in with the black pepper, 7 to 9. Wait, sorry, nothing's coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next thing, I'm going in with a buttery garlic herb. Depending on the flavor or the taste you're looking for, your seasoning can change. I go in with this one for about 4 seconds, but if you're following this recipe step by step, these are the seasonings I recommend. This is one of my favorite things to use, and it's kind of a little weird. Cloves, but you don't want to put too much. You go in for about 3 seconds with the cloves. 1, 2, 3. And I just sprinkled a tad bit in there. I don't want my chicken to be too spicy, but if you're a more spicy person, you could incorporate all of your spices and whatnot. It's up to you. This part is very optional. It is not required whatsoever. It's like however you want it to make it taste, however you want it to make it taste good. And that's the most important thing when following through with all of these chicken recipes that you're going to be seeing today. I'm going to go in with some Creole seasoning. I'm going to go in for, actually, I'm just going to fill the cap with it. And of course, your seasoning varies depending on how much meat and food you're cooking. So I'm just going to fill the cap all the way. And then lastly, I'm going to go in with the hot curry seasoning for 3 seconds. So this is what our boiling chicken is looking like. You're going to want to boil it for maybe 10 to 20 minutes or when the chicken is tender and soft enough to your liking. You're going to throw some milk into your seasoning blend, and you're also going to go in with some lemon juice just to enhance the flavors. And I like to put some sour cream as my secret ingredient type of thing because it just makes the seasoning stick better. I go in with a spoonful of garlic because you can't go wrong with garlic. And here we turn back to our boiling chicken, which is starting to boil. I forgot to bring up the fact that I lightly seasoned the water with the adobe, or you could go in with salt just to give it really a little bit of flavor. From here, you're going to take the chicken and put it in our seasoning blend with everything in it, because we make sure our food is well seasoned around here. And now from there, you're going to throw it into the air fryer. This is what my seasoned chicken covered coated is looking like. And I put it in the air fryer for about 20 minutes on 385 on air fryer mode. Right before we turn on the air fryer, I take the seasoning coating and I pour it over the food. Don't do what I did and get the seasoning mixture inside the cooking part of the air fryer. The part water is not allowed to go in. But anyways, I'm gonna turn it to 385 like I said on. And you want to make sure you're checking your chicken every 10 minutes. This is the first 10 minutes I checked it. Another 10 minutes go by and this is what the chicken is looking like, and it is looking cooked. Now you're gonna want to plate it and serve it. I served it with french fries, but of course it's up to you. And this is how you successfully make chicken drumsticks. What's up? So we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna open the chicken. We gotta make sure that bad boy is open, and we're gonna place it directly in the silver pan right before to prep it for seasoning and prep it for cooking and all of the sorts. So yada yada yada, as we're doing all of that, put the chicken is in the bowl. Okay, perfect. So now you're gonna grab your seasonings. So I'm a little hesitant about this part because I don't know if you know how to season your food, but I'm gonna help you a little bit. But I'm also gonna make a separate video teaching you how to season your food correctly, because y'all Caucasian and all of y'all people that don't know how to season your food out there, y'all really do exist. So we're gonna go in with the adobe seasoning, and as you can see, I'm locked in. I try not to put too much, but I don't like to measure my seasoning. So I'm gonna go with the Goya adobe, then I'm gonna go in with the Drake seasoning. Get some cultural diversity going on in here, some of our Jamaican roots coming through. So as I proceed next, I bring in the Creole seasoning, so now the Haitian roots are showing. I basically use the top of the lid to precisely measure it so it's not too much. I go in with the black pepper, a lot of it though, and I don't measure that whatsoever because we gotta make sure that food is well seasoned. Like I said before, I'm gonna be making a seasoning video because I don't trust y'all. Like, I don't trust y'all with my seasoning. Look how I looked at y'all. Like, let's be real here. So now I'm gonna go in the fridge and grab some lemon juice to give it like some nice flavor and overall just execute the taste to a professional level. And we're going to do the same thing with the heavy cream. As I'm going in with the heavy cream, it's important to know I'm only using 1/3 of a cup because we're not trying to do too much and we're not trying to keep that tummy and we're not trying to stay big, if you know what I'm getting at. I'm kind of struggling to open it, so as I'm opening it, we're pouring it into the measuring cup and overall just measuring the 1/3 because you don't want too much. That's most important part. Like if you're putting too much heavy cream, your chicken is going to come out too soggy or too wet or too moist. And yes, there is such a thing. And I'm showing you the chicken for reference. Right now I'm mixing it in with all the seasoning that we did before. So in this little contraption, we got our chicken well seasoned with our lemon juice heavy cream for flavor. So around here we don't judge, so not too much. I'm gonna go in with my hands and mix up the whole contraption of chicken and everything. And now this is how it's looking. Now from here you're gonna want to cut it up into tiny little pieces. Here's me thinking I'm cute with a knife or whatever, with a little bowl on my hand. Like, girl, you a child, or are you trying to be a content influencer? Alright, as I'm cutting it up, I feel like it's important to note that it has to be in small cube-sized pieces in order to make sure the chicken could easily fit in the quesadilla. So you're going to take your knife, you're going to chop, 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 because you're looking pretty chopped yourself, and you're going to cut those pieces up. And I'm just going to give a quick demonstration. So I'm going to take the knife, I'm going to take the chicken, I'm going to cut it. Like, are you slow, are you slow? Like, you could have figured that out yourself, but I'm out here explaining it to you. So meanwhile, as I'm cutting up the chicken, make sure you follow, you subscribe, you do all of the good stuff. You follow the YouTubes, you follow the Instagrams, you follow the TikToks. Like, hello, what are you doing here? If you're not here to be a supporter, like, be serious. Because, gang, if you're here for free food and you're not doing any of the subscribing and any of the following, you're just looking pretty big to me. No or yes. If you're hungry, just say so. But if you're too grimy to subscribe, just leave. Like, it's as simple as that, is it not? So sorry, y'all, for the people watching. I'm not even trying to come after y'all, but I'm trying to come after the people that are not subscribing. And meanwhile, look at my chicken and how I'm cutting them up into vertical slices. I'm gonna again go in a horizontal slice to make them like a squared cube. Doesn't have to be perfect shaped, so I could go in and cook it and be able to put it easily in the quesadilla. So we're back to the cutting process, and we're still cutting, and just making sure the pieces are small enough. This is key, this is factual, this is important. If you're just out here, cutting the piece any type of way, not cutting it at all, like, let's be real here, you're gonna get your karma, you're gonna get your get back. Are you not? Even though I very much did wash my hands before we start, as I'm finishing up the cutting and whatnot, I'm going to go in and wash my hands because I'm not dirty, I'm not filthy, I'm not you. I'm clean, I'm sanitary, I'm hygienic, unlike some people in this world who doesn't even have the basic decency to wash their hands. So I'm out here washing my hands because we're about to cook, we're about to get into it and make some bust-ass food. I'm not gonna lie though, in this video I'm looking pretty mad, I'm looking pretty annoyed, I'm looking pretty distraught. Like, hello, can you fix your face, Miss Ma'am? Like, are you well? Are you good? Are you slow? Are you slow? Because you're not looking happy. Like, are you mad? Hello? Anyways, not too much on my facial expressions, but I'm gonna go in, turn on the fire. I'm still mixing up the meat to make sure all of the seasoning and heavy cream and lemon juice is well maneuvered. But before I cook it, I gotta throw it in the fridge to make sure everything seeps in. I'm turning on the fire for the tortilla shells because there's a pre-cooking process before the stuffing it in and the final cooking process. And not too much on the back of my hair. Like, that's my business, that's not yours. Like, let's not look at my little pink hair tie in the back of my head and whatnot. Like, cut it out. So right now I'm just cleaning up my kitchen and putting the seasoning back and trying to kill time because my chicken is in the fridge. Like, the main course of our food is in the fridge and we're waiting for the fire to heat up. Oil up your pan and put your chicken in. Those small little pieces of chicken. And here's the main portion. We're going to wait until the fat disappears And yeah, I'm still waiting for your fat to disappear, but I don't know. Tortillas. So you're gonna go in with barbecue sauce, cilantro, and some water, and you're gonna dip your tortillas in it. You're gonna have this beautiful outcome, and you're gonna throw it on the fire. But before you throw it on the fire, let's check up on our chicken and make sure it's well cooked, because that does look well seasoned. That's what I know for sure. But you're gonna want to keep cooking it until the pink color and the white fat kind of goes away from the food. I put like just a drop of oil, so that's why my pan is looking a little rough. If you're gonna come after my pan, I'm gonna come after that tape that's so busted your forehead is literally running away from it. So not too much. So I'm throwing the wet tortilla shells on the fire to let it cook. I'm a healthy eater, so I'm gonna take my dipped tortillas and put it on my greased pan, face down, both sides, for about 2 minutes just to get it a little cooked. You're not gonna stuff it yet, and then you're just gonna go in and flip it. This is the outcome of the tortilla for the 2 minutes of cooking. You're gonna stuff it with whatever you want. It's basically your preference, but I'm gonna go in with the chicken, which I shredded, lettuce, tomato, bell peppers, and a secret sauce that I'm gonna teach you how to make. Okay, so you're gonna go in with ketchup, honey mustard, and some Italian dressing. You're gonna stuff everything in. You're gonna put everything in and assemble it to your liking. You're gonna cook it for a couple of minutes until the cheese is melted. You're gonna go in with the food. You're going to deliver. You're gonna prepare, and this is how you make the chicken quesadilla tacos that I've been hyping and raving about. For the second recipe, I'm out here making some shrimp off. Did I say shrimp? I was just testing you to see if you knew. I meant to say Alfredo chicken pasta. As you can see, I'm putting the chicken in the water to boil it, to enhance the cooking process, to make it a little more faster. And as we're doing that, we're waiting for the fire to heat up. But like I mentioned before, this is an Alfredo pasta, so it's going to be garlic Alfredo. And just me showing off the brand that I use, maybe a sponsorship. Come on. I'm going to throw the pasta in the water, turn on the fire for the pasta, because are we slow? Why wouldn't I turn on the freaking fire for the boiling water? And speaking of boiling, our chicken has come to a boil. The boiled chicken is technically cooked and you can eat it. I wouldn't advise it, but you can. I'm gonna go in with black pepper. This is like my overall seasoning for the chicken and the pasta, because they're gonna be mixed in, so they have the same seasoning. Are they going to be coexisting with one another? So first we start with the black pepper. I'm trying to show the seasoning off, but my camera work is not it. I'm not professional, so not too much on my camera work. But this is just like a garlic buttery. I'll put the picture on the side of the screen. A buttery garlic herb. I go in with the Goya seasoning because it's really seasoned without Goya. Like, let's be real here. We're going with some cloves, not too much, because cloves is an intense taste. So I put like maybe 2 dashes. I go in with the daisy sour cream. Okay, this is where I lose y'all. Like, what the hell is she doing? The basil pesto and the sour cream? Like, is she well? And the heavy cream? Okay. I know I'm moving a bit fast, but in case you missed it, I put cream cheese, heavy cream, and all the other soys. We're not gonna, if you want to know so bad, rewind the video. I mix it in a steel pot. I mix in my garlic sauce. I put cheese. I put the seasoning blend already in the pot. I put the pasta. I crumble up the chicken, make it a little more shredded, season the chicken lightly, put the chicken in the pasta. As I'm putting the chicken in the pasta, the chicken is cooking under the fire. I played it, and that's how you make some chicken Alfredo pasta. No rumors, just humor. It's been your girl. Hallelujah. Peace out. Yeah.